Good morning. It's Tuesday. We're going to do some yoga flow today. So before we start, just coming to sitting cross-legged, spine straight. Let's start putting one hand over your heart, the other hand over the top, and drop your chin towards your chest. So everything's pointing at your heart. I'm going to use this practice as an invitation to the quiet whisper of our heart to be heard above the drums and cymbals of the mind, let alone the cacophony of noise outside of us. So in amongst all of that distraction, can we tune in and hear that quiet, beautiful voice of our hearts, and let that lead our day, lead our practice, on the mat and off the mat. Noticing your breath. Slowly going through the layers to get back into the center of the core. I think it takes usually about, for me it usually takes about 5 or 6 breaths before I even begin that inward journey. Closing the tabs down on the computer, all the distractions, and going inwards instead. And just notice for yourself if there's any part of your body that wants special attention today, or wants you to go easy, any part of you that needs you to befriend it, or be a little bit more compassionate and loving towards it today. Because we can do that. Okay, and then opening your eyes, and let's just do a heart opening practice with our arms. So as you inhale, you're going to open your arms back, looking up. And as you exhale, take your arms forward, chin towards chest. Inhaling as the arms come open and back. And exhaling as we come forward. So we're the other side of that full moon. That extraordinary full moon that definitely was an ending of chapters of sorts. And now we're in the new beginning, which feels like a relief to me. The festival of Samhain continues until the 3rd, so tomorrow. This portal of worlds remains open. Okay, and then reach both arms up, which is to say, I say that just to let you know that whatever the feels are that you've been going through this weekend, if you're still feeling them, they may exist until tomorrow. Tomorrow hopefully will bring some closure. Bringing your hands to your elbows, drawing the elbows apart, but magnifying the hands towards one another. And breathing into the tummy, inhaling to expand. And exhaling to draw the tummy back towards the spine. And then planting the left sitting bone down, leaning over to the right. Inhaling back to center. And right sitting bone planting into the earth as you lean to the left. And again on either side. And bring your hands back behind your back, interlink your fingers. Press the hands away, open up the front of the chest as you look up. And as you exhale, lean forward, taking your arms up behind you. And take a little wriggle. And then release the arms and take them forwards, planting them on the ground so they give you some stability. And folding forward into a little cocoon, forward bend. And then walking the hands back in. we go into the vinyasa, just feel into your neck. You might want to take little semicircles. I like the semicircles, and some people might prefer the full circles, but if you're going to do full circles, just don't drop your head back. You want to keep length in the spine and in the neck, not to avoid crunching anything. And then let's do some circles in our shoulders. Sounding good and crunchy here. Well done. Wriggle out. Anything that needs to wriggle. Maybe let's just shake our hands out. I'm often amazed how much tension there is in my hands. Maybe from doing massage all day. Okay. And we're going to come onto all fours. So our practice today is going to focus on the heart. And when we focus on the heart, often that's a lot of opening up the front of the chest and closing the back of the chest, or the back of the back. And the thing that you need to be aware of is the lower spine. So a lot of us have problems with the lower back. The way to support it really is to lift up through the pelvic floor and pull the tummy button in towards the spine. So before we do anything today, maybe let's connect with Mula Bandha. Mula Bandha is the lifting of the perineum, the lifting of the whole pelvic floor. So we're going to activate that. It's not forced, nothing is forced, but it is very much alive and present. And then let's just take our hands to the small of the back and give it a little rub. A little bit of love before we go anywhere today. How's it feeling? And maybe with your hands on your waist, do a little circles with your hips. And then change direction. So good to feel into how it is today for you. No 2 days ever the same. Okay, so now we can bring our hands down to the floor. Cat and cow, such a great warm up for the spine. Let's begin with an exhale. So tuck the tailbone down, draw the chin towards the chest, push the hands into the floor and press the heart high. And as you inhale, drop the heart towards the earth. Tailbone tucks up, gaze lifts as the shoulders draw down the back. Exhale as you tuck. Inhale. Exhale. Tucking the toes under, let's sit back on our heels, stretch out the soles of the feet. If that's too painful, keep your hands on the floor. Close the eyes for a moment here in fire toes and get the breath deep and smooth. So you're breathing through the nose, tongue is pressing gently up into the roof of the mouth, and you're feeling the vibration in your throat. Hands to the floor, tap the tops of the feet on the floor behind you. Tuck the toes under once more, pressing into the hands and come up into a little down dog. And just pedal through the feet. Take the hips and make them super buoyant, like they're being elevated towards the sky by a hot air balloon. And maybe that hot air balloon is actually underneath you and it's pushing up into your pelvis and into your tummy. And everything's pulling into the midline of your body. The heels are as high as they can be off the floor, and then slowly the heels drop down towards the earth. And feel free to wriggle here. And the breath remains nice and deep and smooth. As you inhale, you're going to come forwards. Now, I might walk my hands a little bit further forwards for this, so you might want to do the same. And you're going to make your way to a high plank. Then you're going to soften the knees, press through the hands and move your sitting bones back. And then lift up through the tailbone, through the pelvis, and then roll your way forward. So we're making a kind of rolling wave motion. The legs are helping you, but hopefully the back is starting to feel the fluidity of that movement. And then come up and pause in down dog. Take the weight to the left foot, sweep the right leg up high behind you. We're just coming to a three-legged down dog. And then as you exhale, bring the knee in towards your chest. Pull the foot up as high as you can. Your weight comes into your hands a bit more. And as you push the earth away through the hands, lift your heart up towards the sky. And then lift the gaze as you step that foot forward and drop the back knee down. And let's inhale, sweep the arms high. And then exhale, bring your hands down to your side. Now your fingertips are going to drop down towards the floor, and that's going to kind of give you gravity to move your hips down towards the floor a little bit more. And then you're going to take your hands behind your back. Press the palms away. Inhale as you lift your gaze and peel your shoulder blades back towards one another. Now your tailbone is pointing towards the back heel. So if you visualize your tailbone sending out like a Spider-Man web, going towards the back heel. And that hopefully gives you space in the lower back. Release the hands, inhale as they come up. And exhale, hands to the floor. And let's step back into a high plank. And we're going to pause for a while in high plank, push the heels back, move the heart forward, pull the tummy in towards the spine. So we're really stabilizing the midline of the body here. Soften the knees, lower the hips, and lower the heart. Roll the shoulders away from your ears. Flatten the feet. Hover the hands just an inch or a couple of centimeters off the floor. And then as you inhale, come up to rise. And exhale as you come down. Some micro movements. For some of us, this will be tiny, tiny movements. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Hands to the floor. Push down through the floor as you sit back on your heels. Stretching arms out in front of you. Inhale as you come back up to high plank. And exhale as you go back to down dog. And we're going to start that rolling motion here in down dog. So, coming up high on your heels, lift your heart as high as you can as you rock forwards. And then soften the knees and push the sitting bones far back. Inhaling as you come up high. Exhaling as you go back. One more time. And coming back to down dog. Right foot stays down, left foot rises. As you exhale, the weight comes into your hands. You're going to bring the knee in towards your chest and scoop the foot up as high as you can get it to go. pushing the earth away through the hands and letting the heart lift up high. On the next inhale, look forward, step your foot between your hands and drop the back knee. Inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, hands come behind your back, interlink your fingers. Press the hands away, open up the front of the chest. Position the tailbone so that there's length in the lower back and lift your gaze high. Release the hands. Inhale as the arms sweep up. And exhale as the hands come down. Stepping back into high plank. Pausing in high plank for a moment. Pull the tummy muscles in towards the spine. Pull the belly button in. Pull the thigh muscles up towards the sky. Drop the knees. Lower the hips. Lower the heart. Flatten the feet. We're going to place the hands outside of the mat. Little spider hands, so fingers are down. Palms are lifted. Big circles in the shoulders. To just make sure that the neck is not compromised in any way by the shoulders hunching up. And then pressing down through the fingers, you're going to pivot by pressing the pubic bone into the floor. And inhale as you come up. Now, my back really likes these moves, so I come up quite high, but you don't have to come up as high. This is just as good. Breathing, smiling, opening up the front of the chest. And then, like a cobra, this is called intimidating cobra. So like a cobra, we're going to sway from side to side as we slowly journey down. Hands come either side of chest. Press through the hands, sit back on the heels. Inhale as you come back up to high plank. And exhale as you come back to down dog. Pause for some breaths here. See if you can press the heels down. Just look at your hands, check your fingers are wide apart. Your index finger and your thumb are really pressing into the floor. And then push through your hands and see if you can get your heart to move towards your thighs a little bit more. And you're going to turn your armpits so that they're facing your heart. Okay, and we're going to do the rolling motion. So inhaling as you come up high, heart lifts as you come forwards. Exhale, knees bend, sitting bones back as you move back. So it's not at all important how this looks, it's just interesting how it feels. Okay, coming back to down dog. Right leg lifts. Exhale, take the weight into your hands. Scoot the knee in towards your chest. Push the earth away, keep the foot high. Look forwards as you inhale, plant the foot between your hands. And we're going to hover the back knee. Inhaling as you come up. So we're in a lunge. Exhale, take your hands down towards the floor. Fingertips pull you down towards the earth. Taking some breaths here. Inhale, bringing your arms back behind you, looking up. And then as you exhale, sweeping your hands forwards, crossing at the wrists. Inhale as you come back. Exhale, sweeping forwards, crossing at the wrists. Reach the arms up high. Exhale, take your hands behind. Actually, let's take our hands to our waist. Don't know about you, but I'm going into split. So I'm going to drop my back foot, the heel down. So we're in more of a Virabhadrasana, a leg stance. Feels a little bit more stable for me there. Okay, now inhale, reach arms up high. Exhale, hands behind back, interlink fingers. Inhale, press the hands away, lift the gaze. And exhale as you lean forwards, taking that front shoulder on the inside of your knee and bringing your arms up high. Humble warrior. So your ear, your right ear is heading in the direction of your right ankle. Inhale, let the hands pull you all the way back up. Release the arms. Exhale, hands to the floor, stepping back. So you have options here. You can drop your knees, or you can take a chaturanga. Inhale as you come up into cobra or up face dog. Exhale as you go back. Pause for some breaths. Heels lift, heart lifts as you roll forwards on the inhale. Knees bend, hips move back as you roll back on the exhale. And coming back to down dog. Left leg sweeps high. Exhale, knee comes into chest. Foot comes high, press the hands into the floor, heart lifts. Inhale as you look forward, stepping the foot between your hands and sweeping the arms up high. So we're in the lunge again. Bring your arms down, fingers pulling you towards the earth. Feel that softness in the back knee. Well done. Inhale, arms come back behind you. It's like you're opening up your wings. Lifting your heart, lifting your gaze, and then exhaling, moving forwards, lunging forwards, crossing hands or wrists. Inhaling back. Exhaling forwards. Inhale as you come back up, hands to waist. Hop that back foot in to allow you to drop the heel down. Bending that front knee. So we're in Virabhadrasana A, legs. Inhale the arms up. Exhale the arms back. Interlink fingers. Press the palms away. Inhale, lift the heart. And exhaling, humble warrior. So the left shoulder dives forward inside the left knee. Ear heading towards ankle. Arms rising up behind you. Breathing deeply. It's very tempting to put all the weight here on that front foot. Keep the back foot anchored as well. The hips also love to scoot out towards the left here. So see if you can bring them back into the midline. Hands drawing you up as you inhale. Reach your arms up high overhead. And exhale, hands to the floor. Stepping back. Traveling down whichever way suits you to the floor. Inhaling a little cobra. And exhale, let's sit back on heels. And wrap your arms around your legs. Keep your forehead flat to the floor. Child's pose. Listening in to the heart space. Inviting the quiet whisper of your heart to lead the day. To be heard above the drums and the cymbals of the mind. And the cacophony of noise that's outside of us. And bring your hands either side of your knees, come back up to sitting. And we'll come to sitting. So you bring your hands to your heart center. And we close our practice with Namaste. The love inside of me sees the love inside of you. We say that to one another here today and to all sentient beings on earth.